Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield ship review video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Wanderlust. Now, as this is a custom vessel, and by custom I don't mean I built it, I mean custom as in there's certain vessels in the game where they're based on another vessel, and they've been they're like custom made. So it doesn't have a tier system, it's just a singular ship. But it's made by Shroud Eklund, as you can see by its styling. It's got some other pieces there. It's quite a unique looking ship. It's green, which is very unusual for a ship like this type. Anyway, let's get into the stats. So it's got a fuel of 400, which is quite good. With that fuel, you won't have to make many hops. You'll be able to jump further distances. It's got a hull of 1228, which is pretty phenomenal hull for a B-class vessel. It's got a cargo capacity of 2375, which again, that's quite good for a kind of an all-around all-purpose vessel. So it's B-class reactor. It's only got a 16 power reactor, which is not very good. I would recommend upgrading that immediately. It's got a crew of 4, which is quite decent, although you kind of maybe expect a little bit more crew for how big it is. It's got a 21 light year jump range, which is kind of, I mean, it's average, but it's not. Yeah, I would swap it out for a faster or a larger jump range. 610 shields, which is above average for the shields. It's the max shields you can get on a B class can be 1500 if you have the Vanguard missions done, around 1200 if you haven't. And then it has a triple particle weapons mounted on the front and the sides there. So this ship cost me 112,929. Now your price may vary, but depending on the perks, it'll be a little bit more expensive depending on the perks. Aside from that, you can find this ship anywhere. I've seen this in multiple vendors. In this case, I found this in this ship service technician on the planet Ixel 2. I'm probably butchering that. Lixel. There's an area called the Elios Retreat here. This is tied to a quest line, so you might not have discovered this location. This is in Ixel here. It's all the way over here. But like I said, you can find this in other generic ship vendors, so check the one on Cheyenne, check the one on Alpha Centauri, check Sol, check Neon, and then if it's not there, just do the usual stuff. Go to Mercury, wait 24 hours, and then go back and just search again. Anyway, we're going to jump to our usual spot and check the ship out. Alright, so here we are in their usual spot. There's no view. So it looks a very interesting color scheme. The kind of the almost like a yellow and a kind of a pea green maybe. Anyway, it's a very long ship. Like it's kind of sticking off the ramp just a little bit. Entryway is on the side here. So you've got the standard Shroud Eklund entryway, which is really nice. We've got the ramp that is, I've been informed, is too steep for a wheelchair ramp, but yeah. Then we've got the little stairs here. Then we go. It's nice that we have a door as opposed to a ladder. So immediately we have a 1x1 companionway, I believe. And then we have, okay, so this is I believe this is either a 3x2 or a 3x3. This is an all-in-one all-in-one berth, I believe. We'll do a tear down at the end of the video just to be sure. I believe that's what it is. Got some, got a toilet there. Got some seats. No beds, to my knowledge. Then if we come back this way, we've got a little door on the side here. This leads to another 1x1 storage room, which will go up in a minute. And then back here behind this door, we have, this is an all-in-one berth. Got 2 beds here, another toilet, 2 more beds, and then we have a galley that actually works, which is really nice. So we've got ample crew space.
What does superfluous mean?
And I'm just double checking to make sure there's no...
More than enough.
Okay, so we're gonna head...
No.
This is the entry to the second level. So this is okay. This is a 3x2 mess hall. We've got a little kitchen here with a galley that does this galley work is the quest. Yes, this galley does work, which is really nice. We've got another galley, and then we've got a cooking station here, so multiple people can be
Got something
cooking.
for me?
Sarah's doing some cleaning.
Dusty. Dusty.
Barty, you perving, and Sarah.
Dusty.
Goddamn Bart. We've got a mess call here, so we've got some chairs for the generic crew, or the general crew, and then we've got a law officers section where they can chill and eat their food. And then if we come back this way, the way we came in, we have a little kind of a freezer section with some storage, just more freezers here. And then if we go, there's the bridge there, which we'll check in a second. Back here, we have another all-in-one berth. I believe this is a 3x1 all-in-one berth. More food, so everyone can cook on this ship all at once. Then we have a little 1x1 storage room that drops down to another 1x1 storage room with the docking bay down here. And then if we come back this, I'm just making sure I don't forget anything because ship is laid out kind of confusing.
What can I help you with?
Room back here. This is the 3x1 engine room. Let's make sure the ship is in ship shape. Just gonna do a once over because there's no captain's quarters, which is kind of interesting. It's got the bridge here, which really like this bridge. Got a nice view there. We've got the pilot seat there. You've got your co-pilot to your left, navigator to the right, and then you've got 2 seats for your weapons officers. So I'm just gonna double check again. I'm gonna go down a level. See, this is the issue with like the 3x3 and the 3x2. Is they're very confusing the way they're laid out. So if there is no captain's quarters, I'd probably change that to a captain's quarters.
Sometimes I just want to turn off the grav drive so we can float around.
Don't do that, Cora. That could kill us all if I'm in combat. Alright, yeah, it seems like that's everything, so we're gonna head back up to the bridge. The layout is a bit finicky. Then I suppose that's what you're paying for when you have these like really cool kind of roleplay heavy areas. So we're gonna take her up into space. I'm really hoping when I do the teardown I'm not gonna find like a captain's quarters like tucked under an engine. No, I don't think there is. There only seems to be like 2 floors. So we're gonna take us off. Now, ooh. Power's looking a bit finicky. Yeah, maybe not actually. Okay, so we got 2 sets of engines. We've got those Tayo engines from Relodyne there, and then we've got a Slayton Aerospace engine in the middle. Excuse me as I yawn. I say Tayo, but they're not really Tayo. They're Relodyne, which is a completely different company. So I need to do my usual stuff of telling the crew to buzz off because they're messing with stats. Alright, so just going off of the base stats, I have a perk that increases my power by 5. So for the sake of this, Vasco, can you please not fall into space? Jesus Christ. Alright, so like I said, I have a perk that increases my power. Oh, whoops. Increases my power by 5. So for the sake of this video, we're not going to be using that. So, power-wise off the bat is not good. You will need to upgrade this reactor. We only have the particle, 1 for the particle weapon, basically. And then for the engine, we've got a base speed of 140, it's looking like. Boost speed around about 500. We do a quick agility test. Pitch up. Oh yeah, this is slow. This is really slow. This is like a 4. Do a yaw. Oh, that seems slower. Yeah, that's also like a 4. And then the roll. Roll's not too bad. It's a cool ship, like, shape. Really, really cool shape. But... So we're going to really quickly head down to the planet and do a teardown just to show you what it's made of. Alright, so here's the layout of it. It's kind of finicky, so we had to do it a little bit at the back. So the only piece we have on the top here is we have this 22T Defender shield generator from Dogstar. It's a B class, 6 power, 610 max health. Now for shield generators, we can upgrade this one. So we have this is the 22. We have the 44 here, which costs twice as much, requires 4 Starship design, but it gives us for 3 extra power requirement, it gives us 1035 shields, which is quite good. Now obviously you can also go with the Vanguard Bulwark shield generator. Requires you to complete the Vanguard quest line. I don't actually think you need to complete it. I think you just need to get a certain way through it. And then this requires 12 power, but it gives you 1450. Now we also have the Warden shield generator, 1125. Again, though, this requires 4 Starship design, and this will give you 1125. So it's just something to look at. And then we've got 3 of these Shroud Engine Brace A's. Got 2 of these Shroud Cowling, 3 LA Starboard and 3 LA Port. And then we have the Shroud Cap A Port Foretop and Starboard Foretop. Now on to the middle of the vessel. So we'll start with the weapons real quick. So they're here. So these weapons, we pair them, or 3 of them, mounted on these TIO equipment plates. They are Disruptor 3320 Neutron Beams by Horizon Defense. B class, 4200 range, 2.5 fire rate, 20 hull damage, and 20 shield damage, and they require 3 power. So these are not what I would go with, just because, well, I'm a bit of a stickler for like a specific design. These particle weapons are probably they are the best weapons you could put on the ship. So we'll just do a quick comparison with some of the other weapons. So if we look, we have... Oh, ignore that pop-up. My thumbnail is loading. So if we compare these to... Okay, not that one. So we've got these ones here. They're... Oh. So this is what I would usually put on it. So this is obviously, this is an A class, and this is a B class. And there's a little bit more range to it. They've got a little bit more fire rate. These do 13, whereas opposed to this does 20. So it's the same power, but these do obviously a little bit more damage. But these ones, I don't know, I think they kind of aesthetically, they look a little nicer. You can also strap them there. I'd probably recommend some of these ones here. Either, hello, there we go. Either these ones, or the auto versions, or if you are lucky enough to have done the Vanguard questline, these ones. You can strap 6 of these bad boys on. You could literally do something like... Well, you could do that, but they'd be shooting each other. But you could put, like, one there, one at the back, one there. And these things only require 2 power, so, you know, you're pretty much set. Now, because it's a big ship, you could also potentially look to having some turrets, which is... what I would probably recommend. So I would say having, at the very minimum, if we have 2 turrets. So I'd swap these here, since this is a really big ship. And I would get a pair of these. Where are they? Down to the B class. Did I miss the turret? Where? So we've got, we don't want those, we want these ones. So these are 16 damage, 5 fire rate versus 29 damage. So these are better. Yeah, so what I would do is I would slap 2 of these on. I'd put them here and face them out sideways, like so. And then I would put one on the front like so. Now, you obviously could do more. You could put 4, so you could literally do like this. Like so. What I actually like to do is I would put them there if it was up to me, so I'd maybe like lay it out like this. I can show you. This requires you using these tile plates, but I think these actually fit here quite nicely because you see how they have like that extended section here, like so. And then you could like slap this one here on another tile plate at the back. So you'd have 3 of them. But yeah, that's just an idea for like some of the weapons. And then we'll go over them in a minute. Just let me go back to what we were using originally, just so. Come on. It's very slow doing this. Put the weapons back. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. And we're all okay. Perfect. Alright, so that was the weapons. So we've got the Viking CP 100 cockpit from Shroud Eklund, 200 cargo, 4 crew. Behind that we have the 2x3 Shroud mess hall. And then each side here we have a Shroud 3x1 engineering bay and a Shroud all-in-one berth 3x1. And then we have a storeroom between them. And then we have this Z Machine 2020 reactor from Amandon. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you're going to know exactly where I'm going. So this reactor is no good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way down to the B-class reactors. And we're going to go for this bad boy here. Fits in the exact same spot. This one, obviously, they both require the same perks, actually. So this gives 16 power and costs 11,000. Whereas this one gives 39 power and costs 46,000. So you're paying for your power. But it's, yeah, this is a better power system. Gives us more stuff to play around with. And then we have, for the back here, we have a 700T Helium-3 tank from Ballistic Solutions, 400 grav jump. And then we have a pair of these Nova 1010 Relodyne engines, B-class, 3 max power, 14,070 engine thrust, 3540 maneuvering thrust. Now, I know that is not the best of that version of engine because I have that on my ship. Do we have them here? Probably. Yeah, okay. So these go up to 50. So these are the weakest ones here. Whereas the 50 requires you to have Starship Design 4 and it costs 10k more. But it almost doubles the engine thrust. So we go from 14k to 22k. And the maneuvering thrust from 3,500 to 4,500. You're also losing a little bit of weight, so that's an upgrade you should definitely do. And then we've got the SAE 5110 engines from Slayton Aerospace, 14,070 engine thrust. Exact same engine thrust, actually. That's kind of weird. And then it's got 4,440 maneuvering thrust. So again, I don't think I have any of these Slayton engines. These can only be found on Neon, I believe. And I'm assuming there is better versions. I think there is. I think it goes up to 5150 if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, as for the aesthetics on the ship, we have a pair of these Hope Tech bumpers at the front, 2 of these Shroud nose cap seat, port and starboard, 2 of these really big Shroud cowlings, 3LA port and 3LA starboard. And then we have 2 of these Shroud cowlings, 2 starboard, and then 2 on the port, like so. And then we have 2 of these Shroud engine mounts, like so, 1 on each. And then we have 2 of these engine bracers. I believe that's everything on this tier. And then if we go to the bottom tier, so we have, where's the entry bays here? So we have the Stability Pro landing bay, which leads to a 1x1 storeroom. And there's a 1x1 companionway. And then over here we have the Shroud 2x2 living quarters. Over here we have the Shroud all-in-one berth 2x1. And then another companionway. Now, like I said, I'd probably swap out this all-in-one berth here for potentially a workshop or a captain's quarters. Workshop if you want to, use the ship and make it kind of gameplay viable. And then captain's quarters if you just want a place to vibe. And then for landing gear we have 1, 2, 3 of the, oh no, sorry, we've only got, what do we have? We've 4 here of these ACU-10 landers. And then I believe we have, yeah, okay, so we've 4 of them here. Is all of it really at the front? Interesting. Oh no, we've got 1 here too, okay. We've got 6 altogether, so we've got 2 at the front, and then we've got 4 in the middle. And then for cargo, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these Polo 2000 cargo hold from Panaptes. They give 435 cargo each, which is pretty nice. And then we have, at the back here, we have the Helios 400 grav drive, which in the current configuration gives us 27 thrust, which gives us 21 jump range. Now, we can do better with this. So if we look, go up onto the Bs. So we have this one here, 36. So if we remove this, this brings us jump range up to 28 light years. And it requires Starship 2 as opposed to 1, and it costs almost 3 times as much, but it gives us a bit more jump range. For the aesthetics on this ship, we have another pair of these Hope Tech bumpers. We have 3 of these Shroud engine brakes. We have a mid bracer there. We have, at the back here, we have 2 Shroud engine mounts like so. And then we have 2 more bracers like so. That's the ship itself. I'm going to really quickly put it back together because I want to fiddle a little bit with the... So if we were, we'll just for testing sake. So if we were, let's say we were to upgrade it, like the way I was saying. So we want... That was not the one I was putting in. Where was the one I was putting in? I know you're there. Yeah, this one. We're going to put this in here, like so. And then obviously the shield as well. We're going to assume that you haven't done the Vanguard quest line. We're just going to use this shield here, just to give it a little bit more shieldy power. So for weaponry, I would remove these, like so. And remove that one. And also remove that one. Now, is there one of these? Okay, so there's not one of these here. We can't build these, but what I would do, I'll show you really quickly. So I would basically get, can 2 of them, do they not want to play ball? Okay, they don't want to play ball, never mind. Okay, we will put that back the way it was. What I was going to say is you could have put 2 there because like I said, I like this little indentation here. So we'd make use of these Tayo plates like so. And then I'm going to add some weaponry. So we're going to go back down to the weapons we were looking at. And this is obviously if you want like the most bang for your buck. I would put a pair of weapons, turrets, one there, one there. And then I would also put another one where it was originally like up here. You need a Tayo plate though. Let me show you real quick. We only have so many plates. So you basically grab this and you'd like slap it like there, right there. So that way you have 3 turrets, which, you know, pretty nice. And then for like normal weaponry, because you want to be able to shoot occasionally, I would go and get some, I go A-class just because, you know, they're cheaper, but you don't have to necessarily. If you were going A-class and you had the perk, or you had the Vanguard ones, I would use these. These are very good. I would probably slap 2 on there, like so. And then I'd slap 2 more up here. Now you can slap 6 on, so you could go like 2 more, like so, because these only require 2 power. But if it is a case of you don't have these unlocked, then your next best thing would be to go and get the B-class ones here. So these ones here, where are they? For these. Yeah, so these ones here require 3 power. Like so. So you could, again, put them in the same spot. You could put 2 here, 1 on each side. Like so. On each side. And then you could put 2 up here, just basically replace these ones on top. Like so. Like that. I'd probably put the, no, I'll put them there. So yeah, so with that current configuration, you would have these particle cannons, or these particle turrets that would be taking on, you know, the vast majority of everything shooting at you. And then you have some of these ones here for actually shooting yourself, controlling yourself. And then at the back for the engines, like I was saying, we have better engines. We can upgrade them. So our current config, we've got 140 speed and our maneuverability is 50. So if we go and get some of the better engines. So we're gonna remove this, slap this down here. So already we have increased our maneuverability by an extra 17, which is always nice. Now there's currently like nothing in here. So what you could do, this engine here, if we got another one, you could put it under there. And you could potentially remove this here. So you wouldn't need to remove anything. Oh no. So you could we slap this bad boy in here. Put this back so it's covering it. And then our current, what is that? That's 3 power, 369. And then, yeah, you could put another one of these here that would realistically, let me delete it. No, whoops. Let me delete this real quick. Okay, yeah, so that increases, that gives us like an extra 30 almost. So with another one of these, your mobility will jump to probably 97, which is really, really nice. So yeah, all in all, that was the ship review and my opinions on how you would spec it. Obviously, it's just a guide. I don't know absolutely everything. Some people might have better like knowledge on certain weapons or, you know, the usual, but I have a general idea. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you've flown this vessel. And if you have you made any customizations? What's your opinion on it? In the brief time I've spent flying it, it seems like it's not very fast. You could obviously make it faster, but it's a vessel that has a lot of space and a lot of room to room to upgrade. It's like quite a good vessel to upgrade. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and also check out some of my other reviews. Bye.